Good day, everyone. This is Gian, and I'm sharing more on my Desteni process that I've been walking for the past 9 years now. And with Desteni, that is celebrating this year a decade online. So, today's topic is a pretty interesting one because it's one that I have heard so often in my life to be myself, to be yourself. I don't know who can relate, but you always have someone or some quote that you find somewhere, or some article, or people telling you, be yourself. Because we live in such a cruel world, you have to tell someone else that they need to be themselves. We live in such a demeaning, evil world that we need to remind people that they need to be themselves and that they can be themselves. Imagine that for a moment. You live in a world where you cannot be yourself, and someone has to remind you that you can be yourself. But here's the trick: how can we be ourselves when we need to be someone else to make money? Okay, that's a one point to consider. You need to be someone else in a certain position that you're taking in this world to make money. Now, I'm not even mentioning other things like religion, culture. I'm not talking about family structure. I'm just talking about money at the moment. Where you have to, for example, if you want to go into sales, you have to become a salesman. You have to become a policeman. You have to become a mechanic, a doctor. You have to become something in this world, and you have to define that something as who you are. So, how can you possibly ever be you? How can you be you if you have to become something else? If you can change to become something else, how can you ever be you? How is that possible in this current world setup? So I have a dare for everyone. No matter what your profession is, okay, be you. Dress the way you want to dress. Shave off your hair if you want to shave off your hair. Do crazy stuff that you would want to do and still go and do your job. Still go doing the work that you do. Still go and be a doctor. And try and be you. Okay? And let's see how long that lasts in this wonderful world that we live in. So, when people say be yourself, be you, how possible is that in a world where we need to be placed into a box, where we take on positions for survival to make money, and we have to become those positions. We have to become the person that sits in an office. We have to become the person that is a nurse. We have to become a person that is a doctor. We have to become a person that is sweeping the streets. We have to become the person that society expects of us to make money and why that position exists. So, how can we be ourselves ever in this current world setup? That's one of the questions. Now, we can go even deeper. We can go to family. How can you ever be yourself with your family? How can you ever be yourself with family members when you have to be polite, when you have to dress a certain way, to present yourself a certain way? How can you ever be yourself if you have to watch the words that you speak in front of your family members because some of them are good and some of them are bad? You have to always tiptoe in this world. So the question we have to ask ourselves even deeper is, who am I? Because we can so easily change from one moment to another by just our thoughts changing. Have you ever experienced yourself being depressed or sad? And in 5 minutes, you're happy, cheerful, you're running around. And that lasts for about an hour or two, and then you go into a different mood, a different state. And then you're suddenly that mood, that state. You change every single day 100 times, depending on where you are. When you come from work to home, you change. You become a different person. You can put on your pajamas, you can sit in front of the TV, you can watch TV, you can suddenly not care about anything. So who are we? Who are you? How can you be you? Who is this you? Is the main question that we need to ask ourselves. If we change so much during our days by just the thoughts that come into our head, by just the environments that change, by just the people that enter our environments, then who am I? Who are you? And now you have statements that's going on the internet and it's going on around be yourself. But practically, realistically, ask people, how can I be myself? If who I am isn't even defined. It is defined currently by thoughts, feelings, and emotions. When you feel bad, you're bad. When you feel good, you're good. When you have a bad thought, you do something with it. That's you changing the whole time. So who are you? And how can you be yourself? On a different level, we have to look at, are you defining yourself according to how you look? Are you a male? Are you a female? Do you define yourself according to that? I mean, your body is going to die one day. And when you go to the afterlife, there is no form. There is no male or female. So you cannot be a male or female this life because it's irrelevant in the afterlife. So who you are and to be yourself cannot be defined by a sex, by a gender. What we have currently as the body, where if you're male or female, is a practical thing. It's a biological thing, but it's not who you are. So who are you? Is a deeper question. And how can you be yourself? How can we be ourselves in a world that is set up where no one can ever be themselves? No matter where you are, no matter where you go. So here's my question with Desteni process, and that I have walked through the past 9 years, and how I have looked at this for myself. Who am I? You see, with the Desteni message, you learn a word called substance. And with this, you learn that you are substance, you are life, you are God, you are co-creator, you are existence, you are the master, you are creation. And all of it is basically substance. Substance is, in other words, life. Substance isn't defined by form, it isn't defined by shape, by energy. Substance is defined as life. Now we are all life. If we die, if we're alive, we are always this substance, the substance which is called life. Now, this has supported me greatly with the Desteni process and the message and how it has presented the information. And it was showing me that I am one and equal to everything that is here, that I am not separate from what is here, and how that has helped me to define me and who am I. How can I be myself? Because now I had to remove the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that come up every day randomly, random times, that's directing me, that is pushing me one side then another side, and then I feel up and down and up and down, and I go all around in my head, and all these things are happening. Now, once I realized that I am substance, I am life, these thoughts, feelings, and emotions didn't define who I am anymore. They came up, but I did not have to follow them. I didn't have to go and check out what is this thought, what is this feeling, what is this motion. It has to be me. It's probably me. It's probably who I am. And if I need to be myself, then I need to follow these thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Even though I know that where they lead and where they go to isn't best for me. Even that I have seen over time that when I have a good thought, it turns into a bad thought. When I have a bad thought, it goes into a good thought. So it's a polarity game. So I cannot be who I am. I cannot exist like that forever. So this is something that greatly supported and assisted me, was to see that my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, the physical body, the form that I have, isn't who I am. Because I am substance, I am life. And this is part of who I am, but it's not defining who I am as the entirety of me. The entirety of me is all of existence, in fact, one and equal. Thus, the chairs, the plants, the animals, the universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, name all of it, is me. And therefore, when I look in the mirror, I do not see me. It's not who I am in terms of the physical form that I see, the shape that I have. It is currently part of me that is expressing me in this physical existence. And this is how I've supported and assisted myself to find out who am I. Because I remember specifically when I was younger and I didn't fit in necessarily with the group of kids in school, people would keep telling me to be yourself, be unique, be different. And one day that part of you will come out somewhere and you will appreciate yourself for it. But that was still feeding into the illusion that I'm separate from everyone, that I am unique, that I'm special, that I'm different. But I'm not. We're all so much similar. And I'm not talking about just how we look. I'm talking about we're in fact the same substance, all of us. This is flesh, bone, muscle. And at the core of that, you have atoms, and then you have substance, you have life. We're all actually equally exactly the same. The only thing that makes us different is our crazy minds that throw thoughts at us, feelings and emotions. So you have a depressed person, a sad person, an angry person, a mad person, a happy person, a smiling person. So you have a lot of different persons, but we're all, the core of it, exactly the same. And that's our substance. And that is also the same thing that we share, which is we're all life, one and equal. So who am I? How am I going to be myself? Myself needs to be redefined as everything that is here, one and equal. So that when I express me, I'm not separate or better or more or less than someone else. They are part of me, and I'm expressing a part of me here, and there's a part of me expressing myself over there, which is another person, or another being, an animal, a plant, a flower, a building, a house. So who am I? I'm not more, I'm not less, I'm not better. There must be no competition, there must be no jealousy, there must be no comparison in who I am. Who I am must walk one and equal to everything that is here in fact, because that is who I am as the substance of life. And I cannot go and claim that I must be myself in terms of a separation from everything else and everyone else that is here, because that is a depression. I mean, if you're gonna try and divide yourself and making yourself unique, or that who you are naturally is better or less or more or worse than someone else, you're going to create a depression for yourself because you're separating yourself from life, from everything that is here. So when you need to be yourself, you need to understand that you are one and equal to everything that is here. You are not some unique, special human being that has a super awesome purpose that is more or less than anyone else. We're all exactly the same. In fact, the substance that we're all made of as life is exactly the same within and around all of us. There is no go be yourself and find yourself. You are right here. You don't need to go find yourself. All you need to do is stop your thoughts, stop your feelings and emotions and experiences and your imagination and your fantasy world that is throwing you off and into a different world, and then you feel like you don't fit in, you feel like you don't know where you are, you don't know who you are. All you have to do is stop that shit, take a breath, and realize that who you are is all life. And therefore, this form of you currently walking on this earth only for a limited period of time, out of all of existence, your body is only going to be here for this small, this fraction of a time. Your body is going to be here. So you are not your body. You are not your physical form. You are not male or female. You're not masculine or not. You're not super strong or not. You're not super smart or not. Those are limited qualities that we have for a limited time. But who you are, who I am, is one and equal, in fact, the same, which is substance as life. That's who we are. Now, if we're not going to claim that and stand as that, we're always going to feel like we need to find ourselves, that we need to go and seek ourselves, and we need to go and develop ourselves out there because we are a unique male or a unique female, or we are a unique different race. I mean, what kind of race is this? The human race? Are we humans racing against each other? For what? What's the end purpose? To find out who we are so we can be ourselves? I mean, if we want to be ourselves, we need to take a breath and realize that you are here. In this life, after this life, you're always going to be here. So who are you as eternal life, as eternity? Who are you as all time, as all of existence? Who are you within that? That's what we need to stand with. And how can you be yourself in a world driven by money, by family, by religions, by cultures, where all the different who you must be's are imposed onto you? If you're in a different culture than someone else, there's an expectation imposed onto you of who you must be. If you're in a different religion, there's an expectation imposed onto you of who you must be. If you're in a family construct, there's an expectation imposed on you who you must be. And we play those roles every day with our jobs, with our relationship partner. There's so many different us. How are we ever going to be ourselves? Because we all truly have to be ourselves, then we will be all selves with an equal. Like a body, all the selves form, one body, which is one physical existence, but it's the same thing, expressing the same thing. We're all cells as ourselves in a physical universe, and we need to function together as all ourselves, as one physical universe, one and equal, to express ourselves as one. Isn't that to be God? Isn't that to be the image and likeness of God? Where we can all express ourselves as one, as equals. To live on this planet where there is no comparison, where there is no jealousy, competition, all of that is bullshit. That's separation. That is cells running away from the other cells, saying, I need to find myself, and I need to figure out who am I by myself. And then you just form a cell for yourself, like a prison cell, and you lock yourself in that cell because you are suddenly so unique or so different that you can't fit into the body, which is the whole. So to be yourself is a question that you have to ask yourself. Who have you been all your life till today? Who have you been? Have you been yourself? Or have you been an idea, an image? Have you been a feeling or emotion? What have you defined yourself as? As a sad person, a happy person? What have you defined yourself as and why? Who imposed or what imposed that onto you? Because to be yourself, you need to realize that you are everything that is here. You are life. You are not more or less than anything. And that life is not defined by form, by image, by size, by age. It is defined by life, which is eternal, which is you, one and equal to all of substance that is here. And to find that self, we need to drop our thoughts, our feelings and emotions. We need to forgive ourselves so we can release ourselves as prison cells of all the memories and experiences that we have stored inside of ourselves, that we have believed to define who we are. Our experiences of the past does not define us. Our experiences of what we have gone through or we're going through do not define us. They are challenges for which we have to stand and breathe and to not be defined by it. Because we need to stand as who we are in fact, which is life. It's not an easy path. It's quite difficult. Because imagine now you have to be yourself tomorrow, or you need to challenge everyone in your existence to find out who you are. Let's say, for example, you have to stop defining yourself as a woman, and you stop wearing makeup, and you stop wearing high heels, and you stop wearing dresses but instead pants and a shirt. Let's say you stop defining yourself as a guy, and you stop going to the gym, and you stop growing your beard, and you stop being all masculine. If you have to do all of that tomorrow, how will your world and the people around you accept you? Will they accept you? I mean, you're now being yourself, right? But will being yourself fit into this world? See, that's how you challenge yourself and how you challenge the world that exists here. Will those that claim they love you accept you if you have to be really you? I have done this challenge many times. I have shaved my hair off for many years after having a lot of hair for all my life. And people have reacted. People could not accept my change for me to be me. People unfriended me, people stopped talking to me because I was now being myself. And here I'm not talking about creating a new image or a new personality. I'm talking about me standing as life, me standing as giving me as life a chance. I didn't deliberately go and attack people. I just simply decided, you know what? Let me see what's real and what's not real. Who am I within that? And these are things we can do right now to see if you want to be yourself, or if someone challenges you and say, be yourself, son, or be yourself, my daughter, or if someone just tells you, be yourself, challenge it. See if you can really be yourself. But not to be spiteful. No, don't understand this wrong now. I'm saying go inside of yourself and see, who are you? Can you be you? Live that statement and find out, what will it mean to be you? Thank you very much for watching. That is 22 minutes, 34 seconds. I hope that this helped a little bit to find out who you are and to be yourself. Because to be yourself is to be life, is to stand and walk one and equal as life, which is without fear. Enjoy the rest of your night. Please like, share, and subscribe. For every week there will be a video. Thank you.